Today we're going to be talking about important things you should do as soon as you land in Canada, either as a student or as a permanent resident. If you're new to this channel and you're just seeing my face for the first time, my name is Lovely and you're welcome. And to my returning subscribers, it's so good to have you back again. And if you're a new viewer or an old viewer and you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I drop videos every Wednesday by 5:30 p.m. and every Saturday by 6 p.m. I hope you stop by again. Now let's get straight into this video.
Walk out the door in my little black dress. Been a long day and I need to de-stress. Sunset.
So first thing first, when you land in Canada, the first document that you need to get is your study permit. Don't panic. Yes, when you land in Canada, at your first point of entry, you're going to be given your study permit. And when you're given your study permit, it's very, very important that you confirm all the informations that are written on your study permit. Confirm that all the informations are well written and very much correct. Make sure that they are correct before you leave the airport, because if you don't verify this, it might be a little bit difficult correcting all these things when you've left the airport. One very important thing to confirm on your study permit is that at the down part of your study permit is always written there that you are allowed to walk on and off campus while this visa is valid. Make sure that it is written there that you're allowed to walk on and off and not just on campus. Sometimes mistakes can be made in the process of typing out these things or issuing out these things. Just make sure that your documents are very, like, whatever is written on your study permit, your names are written correctly, your date of birth is correct, and every other important details on the study permit that needs to be checked. Make sure you check it before you leave the front of the officer or even before you leave the airport. Moving on to the second thing to get is your SIM card. So when you land in the airport, it's possible that if you land during the weekday, it's possible that, not even weekday, maybe weekend, if you land, it's possible that you see different network providers at the airport, but it's advisable that you wait and maybe go to the mall and check out for SIM cards. So there are several network providers in Canada. It's just up to you. It's up to your choice and what you look to get from your service provider. Like, we have service provider like Telos, Bell, Fido, Kudo, Shaw, Freedom, and many others that you can choose from. So make sure when you're getting your SIM cards, you can also let them know that, oh yeah, students, if you have like any student benefits on SIM cards, you can ask to be sure. I'm not very sure about that. And just get your most preferred network provider. Also, before you get your SIM card, be sure to ask people around, or maybe anyone that's around you, or even the network provider itself, to be sure that, oh, this particular network is good in your area that you're going to be staying. And you might also want to get your province code. I don't know if that matters, but if it doesn't matter to you, fine. The next thing on my list that is very important for you to get is your SIN. SIN is your social insurance number. So if you're looking to work in Canada, it's very, very important that you get your social insurance number. And it is also very important that you guard this social insurance number with everything that you have in this world. Like, it's very, very important. And this social insurance number should not be disclosed to anyone apart from your employer and your bank. And your employer being that you're already certain that you've gotten the job and that you're doing all the documentation that the jobs require. Don't fall for anybody's scam. Keep your social insurance number very, very well. And your social insurance number is valid for the duration of your visa to work and also access government benefits or any benefits that might come up during your stay in Canada. This social insurance number always starts with the number 9, and I think it's also in 9 digits, and you can get your social insurance number from Service Canada. So if you land during the week, it's possible that you can get your social insurance number at the airport. That's if you land during work days and working hours. If not, whenever you are settled, you can just Google the closest Service Canada around you to go and get your social insurance number, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Next thing that you want to do is open a bank account. You want to go to maybe try different banks, but they have for like newcomers in Canada, and also packages they have for students, and see which one suits you or which one you think, oh, you're okay with and would actually benefit you as a student and you can always book an appointment ahead on most of them's websites before, because I realized that sometimes most of them don't attend to you immediately when you walk in. They probably still have to eventually book an appointment for you and ask you to come back. So instead of going to the bank, why not just check on the bank's website yourself and see how to book an appointment yourself? There are different banks in Canada, so it's up to you to explore whatever choice you want and whichever bank suits your preferences. There's Scotiabank, there's RBC, there's TD, there's CIBC, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, so there are so many other banks that I cannot remember. I think there's BMO as well. In the process of opening a bank account, it's also important that you apply for credit cards. So credit card, basically, I'm trying to not explain credit cards, but I'll probably just write it out because I feel like I might not be able to explain it properly. So I'll probably write out what it means. Yeah. So in a layman's language, and let me explain in my understanding. So credit card, basically, back in Nigeria, what I used to is debit card. I don't know if it's the same way in whatever country you're from. So what I used to is debit card. So yeah, there's also credit card. So credit card is a particular card that you have access to borrowed money from the bank. So usually, I think your credit card limit could be like 1,000 Canadian dollars. It could be more, it could be less. I'm not sure, but $1,000. So you have access to that money, and it's like a borrowed money. So you use it, and then you have like a stipulated days to pay back. I'm not sure if it's 21 days. So credit card is something that you need to help you build your credit score. I wish I could explain in a better way, but I know what it means, but explaining it is what is difficult for me to explain. But it's very important for you to get your credit card, because you will need it to start building your credit score as soon as possible. Because over time, if you want to rent an apartment, some of the landlords, ask for your credit score. If you're trying to buy a car, some people ask for your credit score and all of that. So credit cards will help you build your credit score. Another important thing to get is health insurance. Health is wealth, and healthcare here, they say, is free, but at the same time there are terms and conditions applied to it. Like, you want to make sure that you get your health insurance as soon as you land. God forbid you fall sick and all of that, and you don't have like your health insurance yet, that's going to cost you a leg and an arm. So to be forewarned is before ask around, check for the health insurance that would suit you best, and get registered. And it's like the money you would use in getting a health insurance would be much more cheaper than when you fall sick and you have to spend so much when you don't have a health insurance. So make sure you get a health insurance. Thing that you want to do as soon as you land is get your province ID. I currently stay in BC, and there's something called BC ID. So BC ID is just like state ID card or something. Like, you're just registered in that province, so it's just advisable to get your BC ID. Like, you don't have to be going around with your passports or your study permit. Once you have your BC ID, that's enough ID for you to use. And for you to get most of these things that I've just mentioned, the documents that you will need mostly are your passport, your international passport, your study permit, or your work permit. Those are the most documents that they require for you to sort all these things that I've listed. I hope that you find this video helpful, and I hope that you enjoy your stay in Canada. Please don't forget to like this video, don't forget to leave a comment, don't forget to share with your friends and your family. If you know anyone that is moving to Canada, or anyone that just recently landed in Canada, please share this video with them. I'm sure they'll find it very, very helpful, and they will thank you. Yes, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys again. Bye. I hope that this video is all over the place. I hope that you this video